Peace and blessings, everybody. Thank you again for joining us on Breaking Cycles. Here where we try to identify harmful cycles that we're dealing with and replace them with positive, healthy, conducive ones. And today, I want to elevate the conversation in a major way. I got a frontliner. Y'all know how I feel about frontliners. I got the Honorable Judge Kari Bloom in the building today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm loving the blue suit.
Oh, thanks. I wore this just for you. I thought you'd like it.
She's trying to outdress me on here, man. But yes, you were elected in 2020, right?
That's right.
2020, Hamilton County Court Juvenile Division.
That's right.
Where she the big dog. She the big stepper. And what I've been able to see is you really advocate for the health, mental health, and just correction of disparity in engaging with youth offenders. Like, where I come from, that's me, that's my cousins, that's,
Sure.
And so it's very close to me, and I don't think I was really introduced to that when I was, or had that when I was a kid, or dealing with 2020 as we call it 40. So now that I see that in you, it gives me hope. So I just wanted to start off with, how did this become passion work for you?
Sure. So I'm not from here. I'm not from Cincinnati. I'm from the north part of Ohio, and I came down here to go to law school.
Okay.
And I thought, like, I'll go to law school and then I'll go out and change the world somewhere. And when I was my second year of law school, I got an internship at a place called the Children's Law Center.
Okay.
And it's in northern Kentucky. And they serve kids and families in all parts of our region.
Okay.
And what I saw when I was there was sort of what I call like the underbelly of the city and even of our region. And that's kids mostly, people who don't work, they don't vote, they can't drive a car, all the reasons that you would sort of know who people are in the world. Kids aren't those yet. You're not really. It's not time. Right.
Okay.
And so on the other side of that coin is also how we treat them is not out in the world. Right. That's also sort of private and under wraps. And so I got to spend a long time at the Department of Youth Services, or DYS. I got to spend a long time inside 2020, inside the courts, watching what was happening.
Okay.
And I know you're much older than me, so you probably weren't. You were probably already out.
And y'all
but it was a different system then. And what I thought was, why would I leave to save the world when there is a lot of world here that needs help and saving?
That part.
So I stayed, and I started working as a public defender.
Yeah.
It's the best job in the whole world.
And we need more people like you in the defender's office. And just real quick, because it's the stigma about public defenders.
Public pretenders.
They got but and also I just want to make sure we know that it's casework levels to consider. It's a lot that go into it, but obviously, and I know a few too, obviously it's some real empathetic, pragmatic leaders down there that will fight for you. I mean, but you can bandwidth only goes so far, and so I want to keep that in mind. But yeah,
that's right.
How did that position prepare you for now being like directly with the reins?
So when you're a defense attorney or an advocate, even you only see one side, and when you see your one side, you can point out all the things that are wrong from your one side.
Oh, yeah.
I wish they didn't do that.
Yeah,
why did they do that? That's too hard.
Right.
They need to spend more money over here, And so what I found myself experiencing was, no matter how many times I go to court and on a single case say X, Y, and Z is not fair, I'm going to do that on every case until the end of time.
Right.
Unless the person making the decisions changes.
Okay.
And so when the person making the decision changes, then I'll be able to say, start over again and sort of argue and get bigger and better results is how I felt. I said, in my mind, I was like, I can't just complain about this my whole life. I have to do something about it. I got to do something about it. Put up or shut up, I think is what the kids say.
Funny, that is a line in my script that I have to say.
In your play, in your musical.
Put up or shut up.
See?
Yeah.
And so here I am, ran for judge because things need to be more fair.
Okay, and these are 6-year terms, right?
6-year terms, that's right.
Right, we're in 2026, 2020. Okay, I did the math, chill. Moving forward, right? Where is, from your vantage point, where is the system failing before the juvenile even is in front of you? Where can we identify some points that we can really improve through policy or organize or whatever? Where is it failing the most before they even get to you?
That's the best question. The court should work itself out of a job by pointing out those places.
Okay. I like that.
Because the court really is the catch-all. When other systems fail, we pick up the slack essentially. So like when parenting, people have challenges with parenting or child abuse or those sorts of things, that all comes to the court, not out into, more of like a social service type of place.
Right.
When kids start skipping school and get in trouble, then they come to the court. So everything that escalates in a kid's life in the systems that are built to help them or families originally comes to the court. And so that's what we focused on is, okay, where are the weaknesses in these systems? And for now, we're going to fill them in. But for the future, everybody else is going to fill in their own weaknesses. And maybe someday we'll have a lot less to do.
And maybe
someday. But I'll tell you for now what it is childcare for families when kids are young.
Okay.
And it is early education.
Early education. Big. And as a parent, I've actually seen firsthand the large distance between kids who do have access to early education and kids who don't. And beyond myself, the studies show that the benefit is enormous in comparison. And so, I guess my next question would be just for S's and gigs, if you had a chance, and it could be just a continuation on your previous answer, if you had a chance to deconstruct the system and start over, I know that's a big conversation and we're only here for an hour, but where would you start? And we can just go here in Hamilton County. Where would you start first if you had the keys to start over with the system?
I would go to the prenatal care that women get when they're pregnant. So before you're even born, and you're developing in utero, there are parts of your brain, which I'm not a brain person, but I can read, and I should for my job, and there are parts of your brain that if your bio mom is in a domestic violence situation or experiences stress and trauma, hunger is a special one. When your brain feels hungry, there's a hormone that's released in your body. When you're growing and your mom experiences that, it affects you directly in ways that we cannot fix on the outside. So you are literally
can't even quantify.
You can't even figure it out really until you're all grown up and we see what do these people have in common.
Right.
And so when you come out, you're already several steps behind the baby born next to you through no fault of your own at all. But then what I'll tell you is then when you get to be big, we're going to hold all of those steps you're behind against you.
I'm glad you brought that up because just my purview of how I look at the predisposition of underserved families, I don't think about the pre-existing things that affect, and that's major because then we got to have the conversation about equity.
That's right.
In these, you know what I'm saying, in these spaces and in these communities. Oh no, I love this. I love when I learn. I learn every day. Y'all know I learn. I don't know nothing. But I do wanted to ask, what interventions, you've been a judge, honorable judge, overseeing the court for some time. What interventions have you seen that warrant more resources, more for to actually work and change the trajectory of a young person?
So in the court, we have sort of two sides. We have like the delinquency or criminal side, and then we have the custody and JFS cases side.
Okay.
So on the custody and JFS cases side, the interventions that we see, that we try and that work are giving families total wraparound support. And wraparound is like a phrase people say. I'm saying it as two words.
Okay.
Wrap around. So like not a wraparound. Not a wraparound.
Wrap around. Okay.
So what we see works is when mom, because it's always the moms who get JFS. Your kids in Ohio, as a dad, you have way less rights than I do as a mom. Just written in the law books.
Right.
It is the way it is. And that is also.
Yeah, I know what she's talking about.
Yeah, it's not.
We know.
Child support, the custody thing, all of that is written so hard against dads, which is something we could talk about maybe another time.
Because it's a new bill from the State House, and I haven't really delved into it. So for our part two, we gonna make sure
we'll read that. Yeah,
we go.
But so moms we focus on.
Okay.
Because the workload and the pressure, but all the risk is on the mom too. And we, what's been really cool is to see moms who go through with their own mentor, their own maybe addiction services, their own getting their own job, and all of that sort of being. We hold your hand as we do it. We don't give it to you, but we'll hold your hand, and then they sort of blossom as a person. Yeah. And when you feel good about yourself, you feel good about other things, right? And you can provide for your family, and you can reunite with your kids. And so the same time that's happening with the mom, of course we need to make sure kids are going to school. They're still around their friends every day. They're still living their lives and growing up. Yeah. And so that human connection, I think, is the most important on that dependency side.
Okay. No, that's good. Would you say that there is a epidemic in youth gun violence? And I would say in our city, but I've been, lucky enough and blessed enough to be around the country and seeing other teams that do what I do, and it's everywhere. So would you say that is the top issue within our young violence epidemic, our youth violence epidemic?
I would say.
School me too. I ain't leaving. I want to know. Okay.
Fear and hopelessness is the epidemic. Guns are the symptom.
The symptom. Talk to them.
So when you have these kids, I spent a lot of time in Winton Terrace. My friend Mitch Morris is there.
Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Big Mitch.
That's right. And he's feeding kids and hanging out with them.
Out his own pocket.
And they soak it up like a sponge, and they are happy as could be.
That's what it's about.
And that's what it's about.
What you just said, just regular human,
safe adults.
Okay.
Just feeding kids and not talking about how much it costs, or you can only have one piece of pizza. It's take what you need.
Right.
And just that ability of a kid to be fully satiated. I'm full, I'm warm, I can tell Mitch anything. I'm not scared around Mitch.
Right.
They are growing up and developing
as you
should. In a healthy way. In a way that a lot of their parents didn't get to.
And that's what we break down here on Breaking Cycles, is kind of giving grace to our parents and our grandparents for not having access to information or even perpetuating harmful cycles from their grandparents and grandparents. It just travels, as we know, trauma travels. And look, before y'all get in y'all feelings, I know she said that, the focus is on the mom. Y'all need to really focus on that point and not get into your feelings immediately, because as men, y'all know I want to hold us accountable. What she said in the beginning is we recognize where we need to focus our, limited resources, and we go and try to fix it. So don't look at this as, see, she say nothing about the dads.
Yeah.
But in what you do, you relieve some pressure from some of those men like Mitch, some of those companies like Brothers Inc., who really are filling that other void. And that's where we don't need to look at who's getting what at whose expense. Everything needs to get fixed however it needs to get fixed. I ain't want them to get in their fields.
Sure.
They're quick to get in their fields, and we do understand that the system has, kind of shuttered the father and his sense of rights. But I think there has been progress. Have you seen?
There's been progress, and I would say that dads are right to be upset. And when dads come to court and they're upset with me, I'm the person of the law. But
hey.
But so I say I understand. I understand, but it is what it is.
Right.
And so the other side of that is, moms sort of they also have to do what the law says they have to do. Right. So everybody's got their perspective and perception on what the other person is doing, what they should be doing, and all the things. And so what I say when people come into my courtroom, and if you've ever been there, I say, like, to the parents, I say, listen, like, I'll know you and I don't know you, and I don't really care, because I only care about your kid.
And that's what we need.
And that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
That's what we need.
That's what we're doing. But to me, there is hope in the ability to help people get along, even if it's having a common enemy, which is me. So if they can both walk out of there and say, this beat me, she thinks she, but they're talking together and agreeing on something.
Right. Yeah. That's an occupation.
They're a family. Yeah.
And it roll because you're gonna stay focused.
Yes.
On the best interest for the child, which
That's
is
right.
the underlying goal. Now this obviously is about not only breaking cycles in the world, but breaking cycles, within our own lives. And I know, as a mom, as a wife, what are some things that you've had to be effective as you can possibly be in the work you do? What are some of and you ain't gotta go. What are some of the cycles that you noticed, I don't know, from growing up and through high school to college, that you had to really tackle in order to be effective in what you do now?
That's a deep question. I'm glad you asked.
I'm gonna ask a couple deep ones.
So, first, I'm the oldest child, oldest daughter, got younger sister, all these things that
Mom
like
Junior.
I'm Mom Junior. Yeah, you got one. You got a Mom Junior.
I got a Mom Junior.
And so I had to realize that I can't do it all, right? And that I don't have to. I'm married. I have a partner. I can ask him to help, and he can ask me to help.
And he be helping.
And he be helping.
He be helping.
And we don't have to like it.
Right.
That's the other thing is this cycle. So, marriage is hard. I think even the best marriages are really, really hard.
Yeah,
and,
probably the hardest.
I mean, probably.
I
don't know. But breaking the cycle of just accepting that was hard for me, because like it's easy to say, well, it's hard being married and just keep it going. It is hard being married, but it's also great to be married or have a partner. You don't have to be married.
Right.
Just even
partnership.
Even if you don't live together, it's someone you share things with is hard. And then there's I think every family probably has their own experience with mental health.
Yes, yes.
And so breaking the cycle of just accepting that this is just how I feel, and seeing a doctor and talking it out, and that was hard. It was really hard to accept.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will tell you that one, I am a better person and a better mom.
Yeah.
For it. Yeah. But two, it helps me relate with other people.
And that is huge. When I'm talking to the young men that I speak to, I think just your level of empathy really reflects how you make decisions and just how you receive output from the outside world. Like I think what we're seeing right now in the country and maybe in the world, but I'm gonna talk about us as a country. I think what we're seeing is a vast disconnect of empathy, of reaching out to see other perspective, of really entrenching yourself in your own perspective and like dying on that hill. And I think it's killing everything so many people risk their lives to build here in the country. And when you look out, and I hate getting political, but we got to have these conversations because it's a lot of misinformation. And so when you look out on a political landscape as it is, how can we feel empowered? Because the number one question that I run into is suggest something that I can do. What can I do to be effective against this administration or this current state of being? What would you tell those people? Like, how could I get started? Whether it's on the low level or
Well, everybody needs a vote. Everybody needs a vote. You check your voter ID or voter registration on the Board of Elections website. Online.
Remember, you can get registered online.
You can register online from your phone. You don't even have to, and then you can get your ballot mailed to you. You don't even have to leave your house to vote.
Okay. Now, don't. I don't want to hear in 2 years, 4 years, what is happening to my city? What is happening to my state when here we are at another opportunity to change the trajectory of our children's lives? I'm going to lead with that by showing up. Universal man suffrage is something that I've been trying to relay to the men in my family. And because it's a lot of, it's due to be untrustworthy of systems that have, historically discluded you in ways. But I'm always like, check the tires, check the oil. Do all that you can, even if you feel like you know what I'm saying? It's too many people that have died and fought for this one thing. This one thing is the pillar of our democracy, and we see it at assault. So from us to you, to your family, please vote. Please vote. It's very important. Furthermore, we were talking about family court and juvenile court. When we talk about our children, the people that preside over these courtrooms, these courts, they really do benefit the trajectory of our children. Somebody that really care about the mental health of our children, the equity of resources coming to our children, and just the predisposition that they have to deal with even before they have stepped into our courtroom. So I do appreciate it. I just wanted to get it out. We're going to tell you how to vote every day until it's time. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
I'll just say on top of that, then a little bigger is find somebody that's not like you and talk to them.
Broaden that perspective.
That's right.
We can't solve problems if we stuck in our head.
That's right. And we don't understand.
The ego is dangerous. Y'all, check the ego.
It's hard.
And it's hard. I ain't saying it's easy. I'm saying no better time than now. Existential threats, not only to us, but to our posterity. And hold on.
Yeah.
As a judge, this was a good one. As a judge, because I think I'm poli-sci, but I was pre-law for maybe 6 months, and I feel like I got intimidated. Or maybe I just was like, I don't know. But as a judge, how do you assess, because in this parenting and judging, how do you assess when to like lean into leniency and empathy and how to kind of iron fist it? Because I know it requires a delicate balance, and like you said, it's not a one size fits all. So how do you gauge that responsibility?
That is, you're right to say it's a responsibility. Because my decisions are, does this kid come back out, go home with his parent, grandma, whoever it is, or does he stay in 2020? Right. And so what I do is I talk to them. I talk directly to them. And I say, here's who I am. Tell me who you are, in so many sentences. Right? Like, we don't spend all day there. But I say, I'm Judge Bloom. You can call me Judge or Judge Bloom. What's your name? What can I call you? What do you want to do? And they're always like, well, I want to go home. I'm like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, okay. In your life, what do you want to do? And everybody's looking around because this is a criminal case. And I say that because I want to see their brain working, and I want to see, do they want to think about something else and make a plan, even to say, like, I don't know is an answer. I don't know is an answer. Go back out, and nobody says go back out to the streets, but make money.
I think we said that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, you're not getting out. You're staying. Make money. Help my friends. Like, there are ways that I hear just from representing people is like the context that I use. That kids are still like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do what I think I need to do. And so, like, it's really through conversation. There are really, in our city and in our county, probably, I would say 20 kids that are scary and dangerous. On purpose. And we have to figure out where they are and why they are. And most of them won't get arrested because they have other people doing their work.
Aha. No, that's a good point. And while we're there, I just want to live. Y'all know how I feel about community and being a part of the solution and not perpetuating some of the issues that keep us in the predisposition. So y'all know how I feel. We in a new age in community building, and we putting our children first. And one of the ways you can do that is make sure that on the court, there is someone who is thinking like this, right? And not reducing our children to earmarks and price tags and numbers. Because that's where we lose a lot of great young men and women through the cracks. And so May 5th and November, we need to make sure that we put a frontliner back and keep her into position, and making sure that she is engaging our children in the criminal system or in the court system. And that's very important. If anybody wanted to find out more, where could they find out more about the Honorable Judge Kari Blum?
There's a Facebook page, Judge Kari Blum. There's keepjudgekari.com.
Oh, I like that. Was that hubby?
Yeah. No.
No, I'm just.
Yes. Of course it was. Yes. You can go to just your regular Facebook and type my name in, and you'll see it there. And there's all kinds of ways to message us. You can send me an email at the court. You can tell you want to talk to me.
Yeah,
I meet people.
Access.
I meet people out for lunch or for a walk or where they are or for anything else, because it's important to me that I hear as many perspectives as possible.
And you know what that reflects? My word of the year, accountability. What she just explained was a way to accountabilize.
I think you did it well. That's fine.
Well, to hold herself accountable by, being accessible. And not only does it hold her accountable, it also give her more of a perspective to make sound decisions that will affect our families. So I do gotta ask you a couple questions. And these may or may not pertain to the court system.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Martin Lawrence or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Fresh Prince.
Okay.
In West Philadelphia.
Born and raised on the playground. Okay. Who is, and this could be male or woman.
Okay.
Who is your favorite athlete?
Oof.
I know that's tough. But I mean, we can do it though. You can do it.
Yeah. So, Kobe.
Black Mamba. She cooking today. I gotta keep this. Yeah. That's the top tier answer. Cause I get the Michaels. I get the LeBrons. I get them and I get it. I get it. But
this is serious.
it's just something about that Black Mamba mentality.
And it is living even after his death.
Right.
It's legendary.
Okay. And now, if you could make a song, and this is dead or alive, who would get those other 3 co-writing credits?
Oh,
this
man.
is, so just who?
Oh my gosh.
This is a song that the artist Judge Kari Bloom is making, and it's 3 credits.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, this is hard.
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm gonna say, oh geez, Elton John.
Okay. I'm a keyboardist, so
That's it.
Okay.
Elton John. I'm gonna say Lil Wayne.
Ooh, Elton John, Lil Wayne, Blue. Okay,
We've got the same birthday. I just feel like a real connection to him. I love it.
Okay.
And
Libra, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And oh man, that's hard.
We at the finish line.
The finish line.
But you got a track loading.
And then I'd say, now this isn't gonna make sense.
Nah, it don't got to.
Barack Obama.
Oh.
And here's why. Because I will look so good next to him. Rhythm and singing.
Okay.
And everyone loves him.
Yep.
And he's a great writer.
I will add, I read both his books, paperback, but then I listened. He just got this.
The voice.
It's just a smooth delivery. I just be listening to it at the gym. Dreams of my father. I'm like, he could do radio.
And
okay.
When I think of music is happiness. Most of the time when I think of happiness, he's one of the people that comes up,
That sounds like a jubilant track.
In it, wouldn't it be just to see that happen?
I can just see him.
Yeah, exactly. But if I had to pick somebody more musical, I need to pick a woman, and I'd probably pick Alicia Keys.
Okay. Anybody that play and sing, they got a revered level of respect.
It's a different kind of brain.
Different.
Talent, yeah.
So you feel comfortable and confident for this November? Because we ain't even talking about May.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about May. But
in November, I am confident in the job I've done. And I'm confident in my skills and the passion that I have for the public and doing my job well. I start to feel nervous thinking about the influence that things outside of here have. on the way people vote. Because, there's a lot of misinformation on the internet.
Yeah.
And if you would go and you would Google me, you'd find a lot of misinformation.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
yeah.
misinformation.
I see a lot of
and
them,
it's just like, so I don't know. That's the only wild card to me. And so making sure people are informed, making sure they vote early in case something happens on election day.
Right.
That's the other thing. What if something happens? What if they close down election day?
What if they send back out the...
What if the National Guard shows up? I mean, those are things that used to feel like a sci-fi movie that are now real.
And like evil villains that have $100 billion in satellites and stuff. I used to read about this stuff.
It felt fake, but
and now we're living in fiction.
So those are the outside factors are the things that I am making sure I campaign through.
I think the good thing is I'm having less partisan conversations and more human family existence conversations.
That's right.
Just about the decency of this human experience and who do we want to live with, or who do we have to live with?
That's right.
And how can we live with them in a healthy way? And I think that
that's right.
We are honored. I'm honored to have somebody like you down there with our children, not feeding into this pre-criminality that they have. Because it's like, I think 1 in 3 will somehow see some form of the Justice Center. And as I walk into a classroom with 20 black boys, I'm remiss to say, like, I don't accept that. And I think it starts with making sure we got people in the courts, not only people in courts, people in our schools that really want to connect with our children, people in office that don't disregard data, and suggestions of people who are frontliners. And so we'll continue to have these conversations and expound upon these ideals that I feel like will push us into a better space as a human race, as a city, as a county, as a state. I'm hoping we go blue so we can kind of start fixing some of this stuff that needs fixing. And the thing for me is I'm always believing in the power of the people, right? No matter how heavy everything gets outside, I'm always re-empowered by the people who are committed to this work. Like you said, you got a family, you got to be a mom, you got to be a wife, but then you still coming to fight this good battle about just human rights. And
that's what it's. I mean, kids' rights and people's right to be a family. Everybody's family's different. And like you were saying,
T-shirt.
It is a t-shirt. It's
everybody's family's different.
And dads, like you said, are down and out, and they're put that way by the law. But like we have to, like you said, vote in a way with people who represent what we want to happen. Just like I was saying earlier, I ran for judge because I didn't want to accept, the ceiling that I was hitting. We don't have to, as people, accept that this is just how it is. But the way to change it is electing people who want to change it.
And then, if so ever, in your future you feel like, hey, I can run the city better. I could be a councilman better.
That's
I could inform yourself, put yourself in position, and give us some ideas.
Right.
We need all the ideas we can get, and all the people committed to the work as well. Before we go, we talked about mental health, and one of the things that I always ask all my guests is, because self-care is important. When you're out there slaying dragons, it's important that you have a method to recenter yourself and realign yourself. So what does self-care look like for Judge Blow?
I listen to a lot of music when I'm driving, when I am a runner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get active.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little harder in my older age, but yeah, I've always been
older age.
Well, you know, like older than 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So you know, physical activity, even if it's just going outside just for a little bit. And I really like to eat a good pizza. I'm glad
you last night. And this is my first time at Taglios. First time. I can't believe I passed it. I went in there and they got this vegan pumperoni pizza. And I just about died and came back to life last night. It was
so good.
Delicious. I agree with you. Pizza. It's a lot of people that watch this gonna be like, pizza, yeah, pizza. Pizza for the win. Pizza for the win. Thank you so much for coming. I do want you to look in the camera and speak to, you know, presumably the constituents you serve as a judge and the constituents you will be serving once again after November 5th.
Okay.
I want you to look in and tell them why you're the best person to continue this work down in the juvenile court.
Thank you. I know that I know that I don't look like I'd fit in or like I'd understand. And like I say, I'm not from here. But what I can tell you is that there isn't anyone who has worked as hard as I have to become as close to the people and the problems in our city and our county to figure out what to do about it than I have. You matter, your children matter, your family matters, and the future of our county and our city matters. We can only have safe futures when we have people who care about safe todays. And that's who I am. I care that when your kids go to school, they have a safe adult that they can tell things to, that they have a way to get home, and that they have food on the table when they get there. And all of those things aren't done just through being a judge. They're done through partnerships, and they're done through working together, just like we are. And that's another important side of my job, is collaborating for the better of you and your family.
Thank you so much. Enough with the divisive politics and more with the solution-based thinking and collaboration. I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honorable Judge Kari Bloom, soon to be two-term. I look forward to our part 2, where we are going to break down the new legislation that will be affecting families moving forward in Ohio. So y'all stay tuned for that. And as always, continue breaking cycles. And y'all better be voting on May 5th in November this year. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I hope y'all have a blessed and abundant rest of y'all day. And peace and blessings.